What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to your match review for Chelsea 1, Crystal Palace 1, in a bit of a disappointing result for Chelsea to go into international break on a draw and not a win. I am accompanied by Chris, Winter used to be there, Surfer, there he is, and myself, Marshalldbdx, Casually FC. Guys, you already know the routine. If you haven't done so already, smash up those likes. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. I think we're only like, what, 17 or something away from 3K?
Yeah,
so
under 20.
Really close, ladies and gents. So let's go ahead.
Let's do it this
yeah,
stream.
if we can do it this stream,
3K this stream.
dude, if we can pass 3K this stream, that'd be phenomenal. So I'd appreciate it, guys. We've been doing some good work in the last few weeks, so let's keep it up, and we'll be there before, probably before we come back from international break. So big up to everyone in the chat who's new here, everyone who's liked the videos and all that stuff. Helps us tremendously. Also, like the video. Hit the bell notification, check out the links in the description, leave a comment down below, and check out the memberships. 4 different tiers starting at 99p. All right, guys, so as per tradition, this is how we always start the match review with a quick little summary of what happened in today's match, brought to you by yours truly, Marshalldbdx, sponsored by Marshalldbdx. Anyways, so pretty much... I pretty much got the lineup bang on, minus Caicedo in my prediction. So Lavia apparently is going to be saved until after international break. Same thing with Reece James. Hopefully we see those two return, because today I think would have been a very good game to use Lavia in. But who knows? We'll discuss. Horrible refereeing overall in this game as well, which I'm sure we're going to touch on. And yeah, so first half we see a good Chelsea coming out, pressing well, electric, hitting Crystal Palace on the counter attack, sometimes on a 4v4, 5v4, like really good attacking. And defensively, we look pretty sound. Nicholas Jackson finds himself on a score sheet. Nice little Nani Madueke, who had a really brilliant first half, good pressing, good dribbling, just no finishing from either Cole Palmer or Nani Madueke. But in one play, we have Nani, who gets himself forward, dribbles the ball up the field, gives it to Palmer. Palmer crosses it on the ground to a Nicholas Jackson, who is right there positioned well to tap it in, which was something we used to say we never got. The tap-ins, we never had tap-in merchants. We haven't had tap-in merchants for a long time at Chelsea, so good to see that Jackson was able to do the bare minimum, you could say. And we looked good for the first half, missed a lot of chances, unfortunately, as was per usual prior to the Wolves game. We missed a lot of chances against City, and there was chances that we missed in the preseason. And we go into the second half, no changes being made. And unfortunately, in the 53rd minute, Eberechi Eze with a brilliant, a wonder strike, some may say. Now, some people are going to say maybe Sanchez could have gotten to it. It did hit side netting. I think it was a good shot. It's hard to really put a blame on anyone, but we'll analyze it and we'll take a closer look to see the positioning of players and what could have really been done. And that gives us the 1-1 draw. Again, Chelsea kind of looked lackluster in that second half. They didn't look up for it up until we made some changes. I think in Nkunku coming on, we had João Felix come on. So Netto came off for João Felix. Malo Gusto came off as well with an injury. So apparently it's muscular. We got the tweet here. We'll read that shortly. But Gusto comes off. We see Caicedo get shifted to the right back position. I don't know if he inverted or just stayed at right back. I think he just stayed at right back. Cole Palmer, as a result, kind of dropped deeper, and we saw Enzo in between the center backs, very much like Jorginho used to do for us. And we didn't do much until Nkunku came on, and we started seeing more of an impact. But that Nkunku sub came in so late, maybe with 5 minutes left of the game, of regular time, I should say. And yeah, too little too late. We couldn't get another goal in there. And as a result, a very disappointing 1-1. Andrew, Surfer, I guess we'll start off with you. Disappointing match. Was there much the team could do, or I guess overall your thoughts.
So it was just on Lewis's stream, so big up there.
Big up.
I fear people are going to try and overanalyze this too much, this game. I think it just boils down to very simple. We didn't take our chances. We created 5 to 6 clear-cut big chances. People go on about Jackson's missed chance in the second half. Doesn't even come close to the Madueke miss in the first half on his left foot. Not the body that was saved. One where he had an open side of the right-hand side of the goalkeeper on his stronger left foot, and he hit it well wide. It was a straight shot as well wide. It wasn't like a curler or something like that. But we didn't take our chances. It's purely simple. Now people are trying to overload the midfield and stuff like that. No, sorry. I will say this: the defending was very good. They got to our box, no problem, but every shot was blocked. Every cutback was taken out. It was a good defensive. Instinct, no mentality, no spine. Sanchez and
interesting. This is part of the overreaction that we're talking about, huh?
We didn't get walked through at all. See this, RC. You didn't watch the game, obviously.
Watch the game.
You didn't watch the game at all. People said, "Oh, Palace walked through you." No. After we dominated Palace for 50 minutes, until they scored, 53 minutes. Then the game was simple back and forwards. People going to each other's boxes and not doing anything. They had that one shot, which Sanchez was very fortunate because he punched it. He punched to save it, not like catch it, and it scooped over the bar.
Oh,
and then we had those. Then we had those chances at the end. Everyone's going, "Oh, Glasner did a job." Fuck off! Did he do a job? Piss off! Did he do a job? He didn't do a job on us whatsoever. Okay, no job on us whatsoever. We took it. I'm not even. There's some people going to say the red card. Fine, it should have been a red card, but I can't hold that as the reason we drew today. We missed our chances. Plain and simple. It's as simple as that. We missed the chances. We had enough chances to score, and we didn't take them. And that can happen. Do you know what I mean? I thought it was a very good performance overall. Slightly lull for about half an hour, but that was both teams didn't really want to do anything for half an hour. But we just try and run up and down the pitch. That's what they did. Mudryk came on, created that Jackson chance at the end. Jackson. People say Jackson should have scored. I don't know. I need to see it from a different angle. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't even say tired. I wouldn't even say tired. I think when they scored, I will say this. I thought the sub of Nkuku was too late. I will say that, and I would have actually, when he came on, I would have put him on early, but I would have put him in the middle and asked Palmer to drop out. But then the problem is because of Gusto's injury, they took Caicedo out in the midfield and played him right back. So maybe I would have brought Vega on in that midfield, pushed Palmer to the right and Cuckoo in the middle and giving him more time. But the problem is it shouldn't have got to that. We should have already been like at least 2-0 up at half time. If we go 2-0 up at half time, I know ifs and buts and maybes. I honestly think we run out winners. I just do. Remember, we're on a 13-game winning streak against Crystal Palace. 13 games before today. 13 game home and away. Yeah? I don't know if Reece James will be back. He might not start. I don't know. But, I just honestly think there's no need to really overanalyze. People still go, "Oh, Enzo should have done this and that." Piss off. Do you know what I mean? Just piss off. It's as very simple as that. We should have taken our chances. And that's it. We were good defensively. I thought it was our best defensive display. People are still going, I don't like Sanchez. I don't think he could have saved that shot. It was a very good shot from Eze. Do you know what I mean? I don't think hardly anyone saves that shot. But it shouldn't have come down to that. We should have already been at least 2 goals up before they even scored. They might have even had that chance if they had scored. They might not have had that chance if the referee had sent Will Hughes off. And we all know, even Palace thought he was going to get sent off because they subbed him 5 minutes after that. They literally subbed him 5 minutes after that. So they knew he was going to get that. Mateta was a non-threat. We know what Mateta's been like all season. He was taken out of the game. Even Eze, to a certain extent, that was a great goal, but nothing really whatsoever. Wharton wasn't on that. Their subs didn't do anything. Yeah, it was inconsistent refereeing. It's just annoying because I know he's going to send someone off for 2 bookable offences soon. He's going to send them off for the exact same thing, and we all going to. But we shouldn't focus on that guy. We shouldn't focus on the referee because his decision there should not affect us. We needed to. We just couldn't finish our chances. That was it.
Yeah, I mean, overall, that did cost us the game, not being able to finish our chances.
We're not cheats either, man.
Yeah. But what I will say is that, like, the refereeing did play a part, right? And it was frustrating. So, I mean, Enzo Maresca was asked about it. I have some quotes here. Enzo Maresca on whether VAR should intervene for yellow cards. I think it's a correct way, but if you ask me the same, I don't think there's many things to add because it was clear for all of us that it was a second yellow card. The only one who thinks otherwise is the referee, and he's the one who decides. And this is probably relating to Hughes and even Kamara to an extent. He was on a yellow, and there was other moments where he could have gotten a second yellow, really. Enzo Maresca on Hughes getting away with the red card. It probably was a second yellow. They would have gone down to, they would have gone to 10 men and the game would have changed, but the referees saw it another way. And I mean, very much so, like what Surfer said, even Crystal Palace knew that he was going to get sent off eventually, the way he was going. So, Chris, I mean, what did you think of that horrendous refereeing performance?
Like Andrew said, I don't really want to point out on the referee because we couldn't finish, and that's the reason why we didn't come out with 3 points. But it felt like the referee just wanted to give us yellow cards for like the same tackles they would do, or even worse, just no difference in a way. And yeah, they wouldn't get a yellow card for it, and we would. I don't know what it was. I don't even want to say biased or something because I don't even know the referee's intentions, but maybe he didn't see it. But obviously with the VAR thing, I don't think VAR should be including doing for VAR for yellow card because that'd take too long. Only for red cards or double yellow cards of anything. That's the only time VAR should be doing it, not for like just a standalone yellow card. I wouldn't want that. It'd be too long. We'll be getting frustrated seeing that on the pitch too much. So no, I don't want to see that. But I just think in general, referees in England, we all know, are just bad. They're never really that great. Like it's rare when we see a good game from a referee. There is a couple out there, but there ain't. We have our our referee Anthony Taylor, who obviously stinks it up, but it could be a different referee like today. I don't even know who the referee was today, his name wise, but here's one of them. I'm not gonna blame the referee. Yeah, he should have. We could have got a red card today. Well, not us, them. They could have got a red card, and we might have had an easier game. But who knows? Even with 10 men, we might not put our chances away. Still, we still might not put them away. So I'm not really gonna blame the referee like that, unless we had like stone cold penalties, like two chances or something, he blatantly cheated us for or something like that. Then yeah, I would say differently, but not for yellow cards and a potential red card. I'm not gonna say it.
Big up Lewis for the raid. Welcome everyone from the Carefree Lewis raid. If you haven't done so already, wipe your feet at the door, smash those likes. It helps us tremendously. Thank you so much, Lewis, for the raid. Hey guys, listen, we're very close to 3K subscribers. So if you are new here from Lewis's raid, if you haven't seen the channel before, or if you usually just come in the raid and you're just chilling, get up, pick up the phone or the TV or whatever you're watching us from. Help us out by subscribing and getting us to 3K. Would appreciate it big time. Thank you so much. Up to Chelsea, obviously, and
I also say as well. I don't know if you're going to mention. Are you going to mention about the atmosphere today? Are you going to talk about?
I mean, I did want to talk about it because it is really frustrating.
I'll leave it to him.
I mean, that was the next thing I was going to mention before we get into the game. Is I don't know how long. Because is it a coincidence that we played fantastic football away from Wolves at the Molineux, which is not an easy ground to go to, but yet we come home for Crystal Palace, who is, I would say it's not the hardest side, and we hesitate, and we're having the fans go and sing Conor Gallagher songs, and I mean, I'm sure. Lewis was there. I'm sure he can attest to how the atmosphere
Lewis was half. He had a hangover, so he didn't notice the Gallagher. I know Gallagher's got some type of good record against Crystal Palace. It's just, I don't understand this. The away fans are so much better than the home fans. The away fans are just, I just think we should fill the stadium up. Just let the away fans that went to Wolves go there today because they made more atmosphere. I mean, it's pathetic, the atmosphere there. It really is. The guys that were playing well, it wasn't if they were playing bad. I know there was that half an hour between them scoring and us having those chances and stuff like that where the game sort of lulled, and I understand that, but that's your job to bring up the team when all that stuff happens. You're all good at cheering when we have a chance of scoring, you're all good at that, but your real job is when it's on the lull to build up the players and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They didn't give you a rubbish performance, you know.
What kind of baffles me is that, like, if you're feeling negative, right? Like, if you're feeling negative, if you're feeling like you need to bash what you're seeing on the pitch, I don't understand why direct it towards your own team instead of directing it to the opposing, the opposition. Like, we quickly do it for Spurs. In fact, we do it for Spurs when we're not even playing Spurs. Like, I don't understand why we don't have the same energy for the opposition. Chris, what do you think about that, man?
It's like you say, like, we do it for Spurs. We have all these chants for players and stuff like that. Like, even Gallagher, we're still chanting Gallagher when he's gone. I don't understand that, but, like, I forgot what I was going to say now. There was something I was actually going to say about that. I just completely forgot about it now. But yeah. I wouldn't like obviously blame like the fans not winning the game and stuff like that, but it doesn't help. Obviously, like being negative at the ground and this, that, other. I think the negativity is just from the last 2 years, and we're just frustrated as a fan base. Like we're not getting anywhere fully yet. But like this is still a new team, a new manager, a new system. Like we got Netto and we got Felix in, and Cuckoo's finally going to play the season. Hopefully, there's a lot of new players coming in, and the frustrations from the last 2 years shouldn't be really put onto this new team, really. You just get behind it.
First half, though, we created so many chances or half chances. I mean, we had a good first half. They had like that. They only had that one shot that was deflected. They had 3 shots all game that were troubling. It's so troubling. One of them was a goal. One of them was that second half where Sanchez goes to punch it, and luckily it goes over, like really high over. And had that deflected shot in the first half. Everyone goes, oh, they got to the box and everything. Every shot blocked when they got to the box or cut out like that. It was good defending all game round. It was very good defending. Even if someone missed the first tackle, someone was at the block or pick it up. We created chances in that first half. It says, oh, we're not convinced. It doesn't matter if you're not convinced. Support the guys on the pitch. They're trying to convince you, and they're doing a good job today.
That's true.
You know.
I always don't think the start of the season is always about results and everything. It's seeing how the start of the player we are going to do and how we're going to play as a team.
This is true.
And I can see how we're playing as a team. Defensively, if this defense continues like this, right, I'm really liking the partnership between Fofana and Colwood. It's really starting to grow on me, actually. And hopefully they can keep their form up. If they do, then our attack surely will get the goals in as well. Because we are creating chances. It will come. I really think it will come.
You mean Max P's comment?
Max P.
I don't have this confusing. The first half wasn't that good. Palace didn't show up. What are you talking about? We created multiple chances in the first half.
When you say Palace didn't show up, it's just...
As soon as they tried, we folded. No, we didn't fold. What do you mean try?
It's a long shot.
They had 3 shots. They had 3 shots all game. What do you mean they tried? You mean they ran up to the box that we did in that half an hour and both sides defended it? I mean, what are we talking about here? They didn't... Sanchez isn't coming out man of the match, is he? Am I getting? Did I miss something?
No.
He had one save he caught with his hands and one save where it's straight at him, right? And he powered it away. And
Henderson had more saves than we.
Henderson, had a good game.
Rightly so, he should. And but even he's not coming out man of the match. You know what I mean? It's like I don't. It's just frustrating. You know what I mean?
See that Andrew folded right there. Like that's folded. Yeah, he folded.
This wasn't
you look at the game.
Do you remember the Brentford game last year where we created all those chances in the first half, and then the second half we did fold? It wasn't like that.
Yeah, we did nothing. Yeah, we did nothing at all.
We've not folded. We've not. Maybe you can talk about Man City first game. Maybe, but we haven't folded against Wolves. We haven't folded against this. They deserved the draw. No, they didn't have a better in the second half. We had the better chances. What are you talking about? They deserved the draw.
They had what?
They had 3 chances on goal. 2 of them, one of them was a deflection shot in the first half. One of them should have been an easy save for Sanchez. He's scooped off, and one was a goal. We had 5 to 6 big chances and other half chances. What are you talking about? They deserved the draw. This is what I'm talking about. Utter nonsense. Nonsense you're spewing. They deserve the draw.
That's the thing, though, right, Surfer? Like, I feel like...
even watching the highlights, they didn't deserve a draw. We're talking about it.
We're going to talk about this in the show today, but, like, I feel like this is the same thing that's happening to Jackson, right? Like, we're gonna the fan base is always going to look for a way to blame the ownership and hate on this. And you know, even today, like with Jackson, even though he was one of the attackers that did his job today and scored a goal, back-to-back goals now in 2 games in the Premier League. Yeah. Yet everyone's lambasting him, even though Nani had chances. Yeah.
Nani, I keep saying this. Nani's chance is the worst missed. That was the worst miss on his left foot.
Because it's on the ground.
Not the volley. This first one.
Oh, yeah.
That is just. I mean, that may as well be an open goal.
Mm-hmm. And I'm trying.
Thank you very much, CFC for life.
Opposing goals.
Thank you very much, CFC for life. Cool. CFC for life. Done it right. That's a great explanation, CFC. Yeah. Thank you very much, CFC. That's exactly the state of the game.
It's like you asked yourself, did Crystal Palace get in our box and have a good shot?
They got. No, that's what I mean. They did get to our box, but most of the shots were blocked.
That's what I mean. But did they like skim the post? Did they make the keeper make a good save?
No.
Any of that? No. So how can you say Crystal Palace actually like?
There was like what? There was like what? 15 minutes or 20 minutes where we looked off of it. We kind of let up, and they were like possessing the ball, but they weren't doing anything with it.
No, we looked a bit. Yeah.
Eze's goal was great, but I thought we kept him quiet. Apart from the goal, apart from the most important thing he scored.
He did the important thing, but he didn't do anything for that.
What did Mateta do today before he got subbed? Nothing. He didn't do nothing today, Mateta.
We kept him quiet.
Nothing. We kept him quiet. Corners, free kicks, everything like that. We kept him quiet. And yeah, you may say you should do because we're on a winning streak against them, but I mean, I honestly think people overanalyze this or like, oh, they deserve the draw. Bollocks did they deserve a draw in this game. This is 2 points dropped from us. Not a point game for us. We dropped 2 points. This is all on us. Nothing to do with Palace whatsoever.
Yeah, because I really wanted that game to go on for like another 10 minutes. Because I felt like with Nkuku, like you said, Andrew, Nkuku really needed more.
He should have been brought on earlier and moved to the centre.
When Nkuku came on, he really changed the attack for me. Like the chances he created, the one crossed in.
He was getting in the box,
Jackson,
you know?
Yeah, and his movement in the box was great as well.
It was causing problems,
I really thought he changed the game. I really wanted him on earlier. And we know when Nkuku's in the middle, he's more dangerous, and we saw that today. Hopefully, we do play in 14 days, but hopefully we do see more Nkuku.
Like I noticed something with our attack today that I'm hoping over the course of the season it calms down so that we don't have to worry about this so much. It feels like when a lot of these attackers came in, talking Nkunku and talking João Felix and just our attacks in general, right? I feel like Palmer was also another one that did this. I feel like there's a lot of times where they want to put the game on their shoulders and want to be the hero, kind of like the thing that Mason Mount used to do all the time, and it kind of, in a sense, broke apart the attack. There was a one instance, I'm not trying to single him out, I'm just pointing out an instance where João Felix did everything well. Like he dribbled past 3 defenders, got into the box, and instead of passing it to Nkuku, who was coming in diagonally, making a diagonal run, he kind of just shot it and it rolled to the keeper.
And also, by the way, we broke their low block. We had no problem playing against their low block today. There's no problem playing against a low block.
It didn't feel like a low block.
Max P put it again. You felt they deserved. No, they didn't. They didn't try more at all. Max P, seriously. No. You either didn't watch the game properly. I don't know what you were doing. There's no way they deserved it. Okay, there's no way they deserved anything from this match. We broke their low block. That's the thing that's always thrown against us. Last season we couldn't break the block. We broke it. We broke it several times. We're sitting here, and I should be talking about a 4-0 victory today, at least. Or at least 2 or 3. I should be looking at that.
So, yeah. How we can score 2 is kind of crazy.
He's already done.
Big up Chelsea Perspective. Thank you for the $9.99 super chat. If you want to see the fight that Andrew had, scroll back like
Max
10 minutes.
At the moment,
Max P versus Surfer right now. Can someone please certify with Andrew? That's why I'm here.
Go subscribe to Chelsea Perspective. Does shows in the UK in the morning. It's got a very good. Has a good panel on there, so go and subscribe to that.
I'm subscribing right now because I am just made aware that he has a channel.
Very good.
I know he's on I know he's on Twitter, but I didn't know he had a YouTube channel.
In the UK,
I just subscribed.
It shows are very early for you. They'd be like 2 or 3 in the morning or even 4 or 5 or something like that.
I'll wake up or not go to sleep just to watch it. But yeah, so like, do you guys feel like there was a lot of moments, or that this team has a bit of like hero ball to them with these players like Zhao?
No, I don't think it was hero.
Palmer?
I don't think it was hero ball. I never saw hero ball today whatsoever. What I saw was just missed chances. No, I mean, that's all it was. I mean, I don't know what happened during that after they scored and for that half an hour. I don't know what happened to us. That's why I would get a bit concerned. We got thrown off our game a bit. I'm not saying heads went down, but we just seemed to. I was at the game. Look, you do miss things that happen far away. I'm on a downer.
Yeah, at least he admits he's a downer.
It's not Max P. It's not even optimism. I seriously just watch extended highlights. That's what I mean. People always say Max P. That's quite a good. That's quite good. Max P. Often people say when they go, "Oh, we see more at the match." Bullshit. Do you see more at the match? I'll tell you right now, because it depends on Max P. will know this.
Depends on where you're seeing.
If you're a Matthew Harden lower at the back, people will stand up and you'll miss loads of stuff in the match and stuff like that. I know that. So wherever Max P. and he's right, it's different angles. So at least he admitted it. But yeah, honestly, Max P. go. I tell you what it might have felt like, because you probably got sucked in. You probably got what's the word? Fuck, my language is gone.
Stuck in the moment, sucking.
Yeah, no, probably the surroundings made you felt like Palace were deserved it and stuff like that, because you probably heard people still moaning about other things apart from on the back. Yeah, what's the highlights? Honestly, what's the highlights? Honestly, Palace didn't do anything, bro. Trust me. People try and make it feel like Palace did something. They didn't.
This is what happened, right? Like, I remember now. It just hit me. Because I'm thinking, I was thinking being in the game and seeing what I'm seeing. What happened after that goal is that I felt like Palace everyone just boxed into their half, and we were just kicking the ball around on our half, and we weren't doing anything. We were just, we were maintaining possession, but we didn't do shit with it. And we got opportunities where we broke into the box, and I mean, Malo Gusto got hurt, and he came off, and Caicedo. I think that was a big moment, right? I think that's when we started losing a bit of our gusto. No pun intended on that one. But
tell you what, you can draw parallels though. You can draw parallels to Chelsea's clinicalness today to our actual likes at the moment with 147 here. There's only 30 likes. Do you know what I mean? I should at least see 100 likes. You obviously like what we're doing. Do you know what I mean? Let's get the like ratio up, people. Please.
Listen.
And also subscribe. You know what I mean? Subscribe. We're near to 3K. Do you know what I mean? Oh, we're very close to 3K. We're very close to 3K. We can break this stream.
Hopefully we can. Hopefully we can go into international break on 3K. Hopefully we can go into international break on 3K. But Andrew is absolutely right. Listen, guys, maybe the bar is low because my standards have dropped for Chelsea, like everyone likes to accuse me of. But 50 likes, and then we work our way to 75, and then we work our way to 100. But let's at least get to 50 likes. It helps out the channel tremendously. It's free to do. We're here, analyzing the game, trying to give you our perspective. And right now, actually, we're gonna give you a little bit of something that you don't see at very many other channels, which is a little bit of a Chris face reveal. Yeah, you'll never see that on any channel. Maybe at 10K we'll see that. We do have an update on the Gusto injury. I'll get to you with that in a minute, but I do want to go over the goals real quickly. So this is our goal, and again, we'll talk more on the defense as well. I think this is what I said, right? Like, I don't want to rush on Levi Cole. I don't want to rush on Fofana. I want to see how they warm up to the game, how they sharpen up, and we're starting to see the fruits of that labor. Like, today, outside of that goal, which I don't even blame them for that, outside of the Eze goal, they had a pretty solid performance. They kept the opposition pretty quiet. And so here, Caldwell was the one that dispossesses
by the way, especially in the first half. Did this several times.
Caldwell dispossesses Mateta, I believe that's Mateta, yeah. And boom, he gets the ball to Madueke. Madueke gets past, I believe this is also Hughes, easily.
Oh, yeah, the 4v2. The 4v2.
Yeah, and this is what we were saying on Discord. This is a 4v2. This has to be a goal. And there were opportunities like this where we were 4v2 or 5v4, and we just didn't take our chances. And people want to discredit, like we were hearing in the Discord, people saying like, "Oh, Jackson barely did anything." How many times, and Andrew, you remember, Chris, you remember too, how many times under Lampard, under Tuchel, we complained, there's no one in the middle of the box. Why is there no one there to just do the easy tap-ins? How many times do we have a Reece James cross or whoever cross the ball through the middle and no one's there to tap it in? So now when there finally is someone there, we can't discredit it. Nicholas Jackson had a good performance today, outside of the fact that he missed a questionable, which we'll go over that too.
Yes, I haven't seen the reverse angle of that.
Yeah. I'll show you, and there's a little bit of a breakdown to it too. Right here, and he does a good job of staying on side, which is something we criticize him for a fuck ton. We're saying this guy needs to stay on side. He's looking at his line, he's staying on side. Cole Palmer's there, sees him, and boom, he's there for this happening.
I didn't notice it until the replay, the very close replay of that goal. Before Palmer's running, right, before he even gets the ball, you know what he does? Palmer does. He looks to his left to see where Jackson is before he even gets the ball.
Yeah,
he try and focus on. He's probably not going to see this. You're probably not going to see it from the view because he's too far out. But if you look,
I think I can see it right there. He's turning his head.
Yeah,
right there.
he looks across. Yeah. He looks across before he's even got the ball, so he knows where Jackson's going to be. You know, that's
he knows to go keep running.
You cannot teach that. Do you know that? It's just naturally gifted vision right there. On EAFC, that's your vision card right there, or vision points right there.
Vision trait.
Even got the ball, he's looking to where he can put the ball. Before he even got it. Yeah, too right, Joel, too right. We have mentioned on his missed chances, Aaron. We have mentioned not the second one. I'll let him off the second one because that deflected off the defender and hit the body. I was going to say the first one definitely. That's the biggest. That's the most horrible miss of today, even more than Jackson's one. So Maresca passed the ball. I think he's already looked Jackson before he even got that. Palmer. Then Palmer gets the ball.
Jackson,
I think it's outside of his left foot, is it? Or outside of his right or something like that. That's the way it goes. Then it's the pace is so good that Jackson stays on side as well, which helps. And then it rolls it in, and we had a deserved. We had because all those chances happened before the goal. So it was a deserved lead. We battered, like I said, battered them.
We're not glorifying it, though. We're just trying to correct the notion that
Crystal
Palace dominated us and we didn't deserve to win it. We did deserve to win it.
You're so depressing at the moment. Do you know that? The moments are just like, you make it think that we just scraped the draw today. We're not.
You sound like we're under Poch still.
But Jesus Christ Almighty, step away from the ledge. For Christ's sake, someone.
Well, to be fair, he did say this comment earlier. I get so tired of this team getting my hopes up, and then we can't make it across the line. It's draining. We should battle more.
I just want.
Hang on a minute. In the past 2 years, when has this team ever got our hopes up? We're talking about 2 Premier League games. We're talking about 2. This team has had. What do you mean about this team getting your hopes up? Do you know what I mean? This is not the same team as 2 years ago. This team, last season, Potter's team never got my hopes up. Do you know what I mean? The one before that, Potter's team and then Lambert's team never got our hopes up. What do you mean you're so tired? Well, you're tired. It's been 2 games. 3 games in the league. What are we doing here? This is what I'm talking about. There's no middle ground. It's like, I think we're one of the only middle ground channels there is. We're not glorifying. We're disappointed. We wanted the win. But we're not like splitting our wrists going, oh, it's all over. It's all over. They're all rubbish. Please, man.
But like it's like Andrew said this, right? It's disappointing because because we wanted 6 points because we knew we were going to lose to Man City. The best we could have expected was 7, a draw against Man City, but all of us kind of said like 6 points would be good to go into the window. And this game, the difference between this game and a Pochettino game last season is that I'm not pissed at. First of all, if this was Pochettino, we probably would have lost. And 2, I'm not pissed off at the performance. I'm disappointed we weren't clinical, but that didn't really happen with Pochettino last season. Last season with Pochettino, I felt like we were just shambolic and a mess, and it was just like, what are we doing on the pitch? We had Chilwell left wing. We were just a mess.
We got to a final last year. That's fine. You see who did we face in the League Cup? You see our run in the League Cup? We faced
no,
basically Newcastle.
Preston.
Newcastle in the
Newcastle.
quarters. We lost to a Middlesbrough team 1-0 in the first leg who had 14 injuries. I mean, what are we talking about here? And we lost to getting our hopes up. We got our hopes up because we saw that lineup that Liverpool had before the game, and then we saw who we were being coached by, a coward. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Even the FA Cup run up until the Man City game, we played like all shit teams, or lower league teams. You know what I mean? This is what I'm talking about. It's like there's no middle ground anymore in any fan base, not just us. There's never any middle ground. It's either we are so good, we're going to do this, blah, 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 or we're so rubbish, I can't believe what we're doing. We're missing chances last year. What we're missing chances since Havertz and Vernon, don't we?
Yeah. But those players were absolutely horrible. Those players were absolutely horrible. If our players now had the chances that those players had, we would be scoring goals.
We missed chances.
We'd be missing chances too.
We weren't playing well. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it was the best game we played with them, but we played well today. Do you know what I mean? For 53 minutes before they scored, we dominated them. And like we had half an hour where we were just running at each other, and then we had the better chance of the last 5 to 10 minutes. I mean, this is just...
I agree with Killer AMC on this one. This was reminiscent of Tuchel, where like we just couldn't make the chances. But I feel like I feel like in this game we did create more chances than in the Tuchel. I mean, we did create chances in the Tuchel, but it's pretty spot on. I'm not gonna
go far back though. We still create a lot of chances for Timo and Kai Havertz and all these players. So.
Yeah, but
but I think he means it's like that. It's not like the Poch thing like last year. Do you know what I mean?
No. Well, Poch it was Chill at left wing and Cole at left back and stuff like that.
I don't know why you guys keep comparing it to Poch of last year. Last year we were void of any real system, so there's no consistency. At least with today's game.
No, we're just battling people in the chat.
Well, we're just saying that. We're not comparing it. We're just saying that an example, like if this was Poch last year. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I thought when you said you guys, I thought you were referring to us.
Yeah.
I was talking to you guys. I would have mentioned. I'm talking to the chat.
I don't know. Sorry, that's my fault. I just thought you meant us. That's what you said. You.
Yeah. I mean, let's smash the likes, people. 7 more likes to 50.
I mean, finish. I don't know why people are comparing it to Poch from last year. Last year it was evidently obvious that we were void of any real like system or shape or style of play aside from just running around. At least with today, like I'm frustrated we lost, but I don't think it's because we drew, but it's not because of Maresca or the system. We drew today because, at least in my opinion, we didn't create enough clear-cut chances to it. That's why we didn't win.
I was thinking of last year. Like we started off the first few games with the same points. Like we got 4 points from last year, so we drew with Liverpool, where Chilwell was on the left wing, and we were going, "What the fuck's going on?" Stuff like that. Then remember we went to West Ham. And we were good that first half because Enzo missed a penalty. We should have gone in 2-1, but then we capitulated because we bought Caicedo on, who had no pre-season training, and Caicedo gave away that penalty. Yeah. And then we had an unconvincing 3-0 win over Luton. I think Jackson and Sterling got a couple of goals. And I was thinking to myself, it's a very short sample size, but I was comparing it to like last year, and I'm more obviously I'm not happy that we dropped points and stuff like that, but I understand, like Prime said, that last year there wasn't anything like a system or anything like that. Whereas this one, you can tell what he wants us to do. Do you know what I mean? How he wants us to play.
Oh shit! Sorry, Prime. There's a lot of background noise coming out of you.
No, that's not me.
It might be me with my fan, but.
Oh, okay. Got it. I was wondering what that was.
Yeah, I only watched the first half, right? So, or the second half, sorry, because that's when I woke up. But like, from what I've seen from the TL and stuff, and people blaming Jackson, we didn't create enough service. We didn't create enough service for our striker today. I don't see people blaming Jackson. People saying, "Oh, we should have signed Osimhen." Like Osimhen doesn't help us in that game because we wouldn't create a for the striker anyway. Like there was a poor game from Madueke, from what I've seen. Netto got hooked, so I don't know how we played in the first half. Nkuku came on, didn't do anything. At least from my perspective, Mudryk looked like our best attacker in the second half, which shows how bad everyone else was. Palmer kept dropping in too deep. I don't know why. Well, I think it was to progress the ball because Gusto came off and Caicedo went to be the inverted right back. It was just like our attackers just didn't do enough to go and win the game. We didn't create enough cut chances, and like that's it. But I don't know. It's nothing to really cry about. Like it's an international break now, but we go again after the international break. Hopefully Reece is back. Hopefully Lavia is back, and like we move forward. I don't get. There's nothing really to complain about from my perspective.
Prime, you saw this half, and so you saw this goal. This is another angle of the Eze goal. So from this angle, I do want to see, if there was anything really possible we could have done. But there's a deflection there, or a block from Fofana, I think. It's hard to tell because the numbers are blurry and the image is blurry. But yeah, Eze has all this space. I guess, I don't know. Like, maybe this player right here, I don't know who this is. Maybe this player should have been... But this player was already trying to stop, I think this is Mateta trying to kick it. I don't even know. I can't tell. But
that Caicedo.
I think this is Caicedo. This is probably Jackson. I think this is Caicedo. Maybe if Lavia was in the side, we see Lavia, pick this up, or maybe not even let this happen. But there's not really... You got 4 men trying to close down Eze from taking the shot, because I'm sure Enzo Maresca went over the tactics. I think all of us here in the panel know Eze likes a shot from the outside the box from this angle. Like, we've seen Eze score this goal over and over again. It's almost a signature of his. He likes to score it. I
think Lavia, by the way, if he was in the team, he might would have closed it down in that midfield, maybe. But I can't say for sure, but Lavia in that midfield is something different compared to what an Enzo or Caicedo would be. Not saying Enzo or Caicedo played badly today, because I thought they played well. Just maybe with Lavia, he might have blocked out.
Yeah, maybe. But it's like,
it's a maybe.
If the ref sends Hughes off, we don't even know if Eze gets this shot off. Do you know what I mean?
That's true.
This is true.
And I'm watching the whole playback. That stems from was it the corner they had or the free kick they had?
It's a free kick over on their left, on their right.
That whole play itself, like, we should have cleared the ball in the first place. Eze shouldn't get the shot off because we should have cleared the ball.
The clearance that was made, it wasn't enough length. It had the height, but not the length.
It was Fofana that made the clearance.
Yeah, so he got the height, but the length wasn't good enough. I would have just just boot it out for a throw-in. Do you know what I mean?
I'm watching it back, right? You see Caicedo, he doesn't close down the Corre properly. The Corre tries to drive in the box, he takes a shot, it blocks off. Who's 29? It blocks off Fofana, and then Eze is allowed to take the shot. Like, in reality, that goal should be if Lavia's in the side. I think he stops. If Lavia's in the side, he probably stops that ball going to the corner. And they don't get back off in the first place.
I think the thing is,
I'm not blaming Sanchez for this either. By the way,
and also we're not saying like the good thing from the opposite side is the shot. We're just talking about stopping the ball getting to him. That's all. Do you know what I mean? So he can take that shot. The shot, I don't think Sanchez. I don't like Sanchez. I would try anything to pull him down and stuff like that. But he had no. I'm more worried about what I will criticize Sanchez for was that attempted punch save after he equalised. That was lucky.
I still think Sanchez could have done better with the shot, but ultimately it's not his fault because it shouldn't have happened in the first place.
It's too far in there. I thought that first.
No,
then
but you guys listen to what did you listen to what I just said? I said ultimately it's not his fault.
With the shot. Oh yeah.
I think he could have done better, but it doesn't matter. It's not his fault.
I just think, like you said, I just saw sometimes that they would, just if you get, even if you just boot it out to the side. Do you know what I mean? For a throw in or something like that. Do you know, just do that. Just do that. Do you know what I mean? Instead of like, because if you don't, because you're always going to sometimes get that. Especially when that type of clearance of Barney wasn't in control of his body. Do you know what I mean? So it wasn't like he was standing clearing it. He sort of like did that clearance. So he puts his full force in it, and both his legs are off the ground separately. Do you know what I mean? Like that. And when someone takes like a shot, and it's like,
I think
just clear it out. Just let them take a throw in. They're not going to. They haven't got a long. They don't do a long throw. Just clear
you know why? Yeah, but like things like that, and I go back to the City's second goal against us this season. Like those sort of things were not going to happen. How do I word this? Because it's a new manager, and everyone's so focused on perfecting the system. Everything these players do, they're going to be thinking about the system first. It's going to take at least a year for how am I trying to word this? You know the little tactical fouls and stuff that City do, where sometimes they'll just forget the system and they'll just like clear it one, or they'll just do something that's against what Pep's trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that takes time. That wasn't happening in Pep's first year or even in his second year. It took a few years for some of their players to just learn that, right, the system's great, but ultimately there are certain situations where I can't just play the ball out when I'm getting pressed. I need to hoof it, or I need to take a tactical foul, or whatever. It's going to take time for these players to learn when should I or shouldn't I obey the system or the style. It's going to take the time. So, like, we're going to have to go through these long things.
So now that we've kind of looked at that second goal, I think I want to move on to the Jackson portion of the show, you know, to start talking about players individually. Obviously, Prime pointed it out. I mentioned this, alluded to it earlier. A lot of people have been criticizing Jackson, and I think mainly because of this play that we're going to look at right now.
Good ball, Mike. Okay. Good ball.
Yeah. So, and you know what? Kudos to Andrew as well, because even earlier today, you know, Surfer gave credit to Mudryk. Mudryk stinks, but Surfer gave credit to Mudryk for doing this pass.
I think Mudryk had a good second half, and he really had a good second half. I think I would say he was like our best attacker, but that shows how poor everyone else was, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
So
the ball over the top, a really well placed ball. And you know, this is analysis also being done by DISSAPOINTING CFC. Jackson has to try and control a bouncing and moving ball to full speed with two defenders chasing him. Fair enough. This is not easy to do, but I think the touch is something that's going to be difficult for him because the touch doesn't stay on the ground. It's decent, yeah, fair enough, and Klein recovers well, not Jackson's fault, and he gets there in time. So
wait, is that Klein from the Liverpool Klein? He must be older.
I don't know. Klein
yeah, that's
Jackson's
arm
and slightly barges him, making him lose his balance. So this is difficult. This is a difficult opportunity. Jackson has a weak foot shot, and you know what? Kudos to Henderson. Henderson had a brilliant game today. We made him look good. He saved when he should have saved, and if you look at the other angle of this shot, it hits him not in the chest, it hits him right below, right here. So it was unlucky, and you know, you have the pressure on you. I'm not gonna go ahead and say we need a striker, this is why we need a striker. Listen, strikers miss chances all the time. Erling Haaland missed horrible chances last season. Like, they miss chances. The difference is Haaland gets multiple chances in the game to score a goal. I think this is maybe Jackson's third opportunity to score a goal. Like, in terms of being in front of the net, he wasn't
third because he had one.
He had the header.
Oh yeah, okay. That he had the goal to score.
The goal. That's not.
He had one from the bad pass, the one where Nkuku made the wrong decision to pass it to him, and then this one. Okay,
this is just to prove my point that strikers do this all the time, because I know everyone's calling for Victor Osimhen and stuff. And listen, this isn't an agenda. I'm just trying to prove to you that even the best of the best, whether you consider Osimhen world class or not, it's your opinion, right? But like, strikers miss these opportunities all the time. This is Victor Osimhen right here with less pressure on him because he doesn't have a defender on him. You already see the goalkeeper leaning to one side. Like, I would argue this is a worse miss than Jackson.
It's on the
And this
ground,
is the
so, yeah.
and this is the striker that everyone's been calling for after this match. Saying like, oh, Victor Osimhen would have put it away. Victor Osimhen would have put it away.
Well, okay,
strikers miss chances.
Yeah, I think, like, I don't know. I think people, it's not, they're not clamoring for Osimhen because a lot of people didn't want it. People are clamoring for a better striker than Jackson. My thing is,
I've seen a lot of people clamor for Osimhen. This is why we needed Osimhen. This is why we should have paid for Osimhen. I see it all over Twitter, dude.
Yeah, it's all
okay, maybe. Well,
yeah, your timeline is different than all of ours, but I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my thing is I think Jackson could have done better with that chance. I'll be real. I think the ball bounces awkwardly, and then the touch.
Really, bro? Hold on, Prime. Really? He scored this? He scored this? Are you serious right now, Namia? Like, are you waffling? You think I didn't see this before I showed it to you guys?
That's fine looking goal.
No.
Yeah, it looks like a great goal.
He's talking about the Jackson chance, but again, just ignore the chat.
The Jackson one was hard on that. There's a bounce, left weak foot.
Yeah, Osimhen, it's a hard. Jackson's chance is more difficult because he has a defender on him. You know what? Go ahead, Brian. I'm not gonna try to explain.
I mean, I don't.
People who aren't gonna listen.
Or whether the chance is more difficult or not, I don't necessarily agree on that.
My point being is that it is more difficult. Osimhen doesn't have a defender on him. Prime.
I don't care about that. That's not the point I'm trying to make. Can I make my point?
But that's what makes it more difficult than the other.
I don't care. That's not the point. That's not what I'm talking about. I don't care.
Okay, make your point. Go make your point. Make your point.
Thank you. The whole, with the Jackson chance, I think, the ball from Music is a great ball. Unfortunately, I think it bounces a bit awkwardly, and then he takes a bit of a bad touch. Do I think, the better striker, quote unquote, or more experienced striker finishes that? Do I think Jackson in a couple of years buries that chance? Yes. However, ultimately, my frustration is that in that second half, we did not create enough clear-cut chances anyway. So that chance to me that Jackson missed, I don't care, because how many other chances did he get to try and score? You mentioned Haaland, which is perfect. Haaland misses a lot of chances, but no one talks about that because he still ends up scoring a hat-trick. Let's create more chances for Jackson and he'll score more goals. I don't care how many he misses. How many chances is he getting to score? That's my problem.
To be fair, he didn't get many chances. Most of the chances came. Most of the chances came from Nani Madueke. I think Cole Palmer had one or two chances today.
He had one outside the box.
Where he shot it, where it was questionable. He could have passed it to Nani, I think, that one.
And that's ultimately my frustration. Us having Victor, let's say Victor even misses that chance, fine. Then you'll have people after the game, like CP or Marshall or whoever, you have people complaining that, we spent all this money on Victor, he's on 350k a week and he's missing that chance when he should be burying it. And my thing, and I will come back on the stream and rebuttal and say, how many chances did Victor get today to score? Oh, he only got 2. Then how can you blame him? If we're not creating enough chances for our striker, you can't blame him if he's only missing one or the 2 chances he's getting. And by the way, Jackson also scored his chance. So in the first half. So why did we not win the game? Maybe because we didn't create more for him, or more for Palmer, and the rest. This whole blaming Jackson, leave Jackson alone. Honestly, he's doing very well for considering the size of club he's playing for, and debatably he's not even a striker. He's doing very well. Leave Jackson alone, please.
I would say the frustration, and it's not fair on Jackson, by the way. The frustration is just Chelsea not getting Osimhen, and a lot of these people are just complaining about Jackson, say, "Oh, we didn't get Osimhen, so we're just gonna hate on Jackson," or whatever it is. But Jackson in 3 games has still scored 2 goals and assist, right? Yeah, he got assist in that Wolves game, so he hasn't even done that bad yet in the season. He hasn't even done bad. He's actually been pretty good this season so far. He hasn't even done anything bad, in my opinion, either. So yeah, like you said, you just need to back off.
Marshall, there's one comment before that. If you go up, TKL, he said, this is corny from both sides. Osimhen's a better finisher than Nico. I agree Osimhen's a better finisher than Nico.
Yeah.
But my point is, if Victor was our striker today, right? Let's say he scores Jackson goal in the first half, and then he misses that chance from Mudryk, and he also misses the chance beforehand from Nkuku, and everyone's blaming Victor for why we didn't win the game. My response would be, how many chances did we create for him? How many clear-cut chances did we create for him? Not enough? Okay, cool. Then why can't we... Then the problem's not Victor or Jackson. The problem is our service towards him. And that's been my complaint for years with Chelsea. Even when we had Lukaku and everyone wanted to hate on Lukaku, my thing for Lukaku was, are we creating enough for him? Because we know he misses chances. So let's create more for him to be able to score.
Okay, so anyone in the chat, anyone watching, if you're listening, first things first, make sure that I know you have a pulse by smashing that like button. All right, we're close to 50. We should be closer to 100, not close to 50. So smash the like if you haven't done so already. Secondly, the purpose of me bringing this up, and this is where I need you to listen very clearly and very closely, is that people are telling me that if this was Jackson or if this was Osimhen, he puts it away. Mind you, he has a defender on him. It's pulling on him, and he's shooting it on his weaker foot. And Henderson actually had a decent save. Again, if you look closely, it hits the bottom of his palm. Barely gets to it. Henderson had a decent game today. That being said, you put... And I want to clarify this too. Am I saying Osimhen is better than or Jackson's better than Osimhen? No, I'm not. Chances are that an Osimhen has a better chance of putting this away than a Jackson. What the hell is going on? Who is that?
Sorry, that's not bad. Sorry.
You're good. So, Osimhen has a better chance of putting this away than Jackson. I agree with that. However, I'm not gonna sit here and say in a statement form that Osimhen clearly puts this away when you have strikers like Osimhen himself who have moments like these that are not as difficult because he's one-on-one with the keeper with no defender on him. And he goes towards... Prime, let me finish, please. He goes towards the side that the keeper is leaning on towards anyways. You see the keeper already leaning this way. You could go near post. But again, he has less pressure on him. He could put it away. But he misses chances like this too. My point being is that strikers miss chances. And it's what Prime is saying. It doesn't matter that he's missing these chances. What matters most is he's not getting more opportunities to score more goals. More chances to score more goals. Everyone wants to say that Haaland is more clinical. Yeah, Haaland looks more clinical because he gets more chances. He also misses a lot of chances. Look at his goal conversion rate. It's not phenomenal. It's not over 50%, over 30%. It's less than 30%.
His goal conversion rate for a world-class striker is actually not that great. And also for those chances, I've seen situations where Victor scores that chance. Jackson this season, he will probably get another chance like that, and he will probably put it away. My problem is, again, people are focused on the chance. I don't care about that particular chance. How many more chances does
It's an easier scenario, Joel.
No, but
so I'm trying to point out, Joel. I'm sorry, Prime. What I'm trying to point out, Joel, is that even the better strikers like an Osimhen can miss chances like that. Yeah, and you guys would still slate them.
Yeah. But ultimately, Haaland is more clinical. I agree Haaland is more clinical. But my point is, Haaland also gets a plethora of chances to score. So ultimately, if Haaland misses that chance, he's going to get another one, and he'll probably score the next one. That's my point. And Victor, again, that's also... Go back to the other one about Victor. Again, that's also wrong. The one about Afcon.
But this is, again,
Wait,
DHL.
No, Marshall, sorry. Just go back to that one about Afcon. I want to quickly say. Again, that's also wrong. What I'm saying about Jackson now is also what I said about Victor at Afcon. We didn't create chances for Victor or Osimhen at Afcon. We didn't create any chances for him. So the few that he missed was the only chances he was getting. So ultimately, you're doing the same thing. You're complaining, but how much service is the guy actually getting? People look at the wrong thing when it comes to football. Why are we complaining about that one chance? How many chances are you actually getting? I've seen Haaland get pocketed when he played Arsenal last year because he wasn't getting consistent service in that game? Are we going to say Haaland's a bad striker and all of a sudden let's get a different one? No, that's stupid. People make stupid points. Like, let's actually watch the game for what it is instead of trying to make it what you want it to be. Like, please.
So just to clear something up, right? Because DHL, I agree with you, but you are right there. You're stating a perfect example or a perfect setup for me. This is my thing. I'm not looking at this one miss from Jackson. I'm talking about his whole body of work. He misses a lot. Why gaslight people like he doesn't? Nunez also misses loads. The difference between Jackson and Nunez is that Nunez is actually a lot less clinical than Jackson. Nunez actually has a lot of chances and misses them a lot. I don't think Jackson, and we can look this up in stats and stuff, you guys can feel free to do so. I don't think Jackson gets even half of the chances that Nunez gets, I should say, and misses. So in that sense, this is Jackson's second full professional career, his third professional, or second full professional season, his third professional season. So take into account that he's young, but he's still putting up numbers close to these guys like the Nunez and the Ollie Watkins and so on and so forth that have had loads of experience. So logically, what I'm thinking is if we're patient enough and if we wait, this guy could potentially become better and better, and then we won't need a striker. Now, do I think we can improve on this position? Yes. Would Osimhen have come in here and improved it? Yes. Would a Gyökeres come in here and improved him? Possibly. I would more inclined to say yes. Would an experienced striker come in here and improve that position? Yes. Is it needed? I don't necessarily think need is the right word, because I think our goal should be coming, in this system specifically, our goal should be coming from all positions. No one is criticizing Netto, who was pretty much invisible for most of this game. I don't hear people criticizing Nani, who missed more chances than Jackson did today. Cole Palmer, who unfortunately didn't look that great today. He had one of his less prominent games, per se. He had good moments, but like nothing crazy. Yeah,
I thought
he
he
didn't
still
impress
one
me
of
too
our
much.
best players there, because he had to drop deep in them, but that's why he didn't really get a
Yeah,
lot.
I know. Yeah, I'm thinking more the first half.
There's
or
only
better
one
half,
really bad. There's only one really bad thing. You know when you tried taking on that player and you should have passed it. A couple of moments.
Well, no, but again,
this is true, Vader.
But again, like Chris, you're wrong, because in that chance that happened, it was Nkuku that made the wrong decision to pass it to Jackson in the first place. He should have played it to Felix.
No, because Jackson was actually in his way. How was it supposed to get to the other player behind him?
No.
He's in the space.
No, he should have played it to Felix.
Okay, hold on. I gotta.
No. Jackson was in Felix's area. How can he pass to Felix?
Chris, I swear, watch it back. Before he passed it to Jackson, he could have played it to Felix before. Watch it back, please.
I mean, we might see
so
here.
Felix was. You couldn't pass it to Felix. Felix was behind, so you couldn't pass it to Felix. Jackson was ahead.
That's what I saw.
Felix didn't come. Felix wasn't even in the same area. He was behind him. The reason Jackson didn't pass it to Felix because Felix was behind, wasn't even the same highlight.
I'm not talking about Jackson passing it to Felix. So
cross, right? The one that deflected.
Couldn't pass it to Felix because Jackson was ahead. Felix wasn't even ahead of him.
That's what I was on about. He's in the
You're talking about the Jackson shot, right, Chris?
Where he shot to side the net. Yeah.
Felix wasn't even in the same. Felix was behind.
Yeah, exactly.
Felix was well behind Jackson.
No, because Felix is on the right. He comes inside. He comes in again, and then he plays it to Jackson.
He's not ahead. He's on the side. He's wider. He's having to run from behind. Jackson's ahead of him. Jackson's ahead of Felix, not even in the same area.
I think
Jackson's the only.
You guys need to watch it again. I think you guys need to
I've
watch
watched it several times.
I mean, it's too good.
I'm watching it on my screen right now.
I've watched it. Jackson was the only one he could pass to. Was ahead of him.
He's like Jackson's in his space. How is he supposed to get to Felix? I don't understand how
He's not in a space because Nkuku's that wide, and he drifts in, and he comes in again, and then he plays.
I think we're talking about two different things here. You're talking about Nkuku when he was on the right, and he drew, and he went in near the post, right? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about the Jackson, the one where Jackson got the shot off.
Well, no, we couldn't pass the Felix.
It was the chance that happened before the Mudryk ball.
Yeah, he couldn't pass to Felix. Felix was behind. It was like he was behind in Cuckoo. It wasn't even Jackson was the only one ahead of him. He could pass to.
Hey, Mars, you need to get up, man.
CFC for life. Yeah, you're right. Like other people played poorly today.
Yeah.
Like it's not just a Jackson thing. Like people blame Jackson.
Tell me what to look for, Chris.
We do this thing. We do this thing at Chelsea where we're always blaming our strikers. Why is it we always have to blame the strikers? Why can't we blame the people providing him service?
Yeah, but I think it's okay. I don't think it's that. It's okay to criticize him on the chances that he missed. People are criticizing over the chance he missed, and that's fair. No. But people are saying, "Oh, this is why we should have got X player because of Jackson's misses. All he's going to do is miss." It's not true. He's not always going to miss. If you give him service, he will score. Why can't we talk about the lack of service he got today?
Okay, but that's what I mean. Like going back to this comment right here. This bothers me, right? Because DHL, you're saying we're not Man City. We're not going to create 10 chances a match for Jackson. How many teams in the world can create like that for their striker? Okay, how many strikers in the world have a goal conversion high enough to convert that few chances? Like, what striker in the world is going to convert from the little chances, the little amount of chances that we, according to you, give Jackson? Like, I would love to hear what striker would do it. Because even I'm telling you right now, if we're not making enough chances for Jackson, according to you, in this team, then Haaland struggles too. Haaland doesn't get the numbers that he puts up. We would make Haaland look bad as well. I don't know. Like, am I wrong, guys? Like, is there a striker out there that can put away the few chances and put up numbers and be as super clinical as DHL is alluding to, since we don't create that many chances? Who is that clinical?
The issue is Jackson doesn't have the instincts of a natural 9.
I guess
his movement is not a natural of a number 9. So him like being in certain positions or something like that, to get the ball to him, sometimes he's not there to pass to. Yeah, he'll drift out wide or drop a bit deeper, so he's not there to pass to. So that also links to the fact we can't create enough chances for him because he's not in the position sometimes to give the ball to. So he has to work on that part of his game as well now. What should be told to Jackson is this: we have enough people behind you who can get the ball and create and out wide. We just need you to stay central because you're realistically our only number 9 this season. So we need you to stay central and be in the positions to get the ball to you. Do you know what I mean? That's why we don't cross the ball in a lot, because he's not there to cross the ball.
That's fair.
So he needs to take some of the responsibility of not getting the chances because he's not in the positions to give the ball to.
That's
to begin with. Yeah? So it's half and half here. This isn't like, poor Jackson. No. He needs to take some of the responsibility as well because he's out wide or he's dropped deeper and no one's there. So he needs to, and it was fine against Wolves because they just collapse. Yeah?
Again, that's also right. But ultimately, he's the striker we currently have. So we need Jackson, as much as Jackson also is going to improve during the season, we also need to make adjustments to Jackson. We can't say, but if we had a better striker, he scores. We don't have a better striker. We have Jackson. So let's create more chances for Jackson. Is my point. And if you want a better striker, if you want a better striker that badly, we should have given the money for Victor Osimhen, or we should have bought Gyökeres, or we should have bought Tony. We should have bought someone else.
That's going to buy now. He needs to focus. Jackson's sole aim should not be about going out wide, drifting out wide, or dropping that deep as much, because we should have the players there to facilitate the ball to him. Right? Yeah. His thing is I need to be near the near post, or I need to be a crossing situation. I need to be there, or I need to be on the last man, or I need to occupy the centre back so I can create space for others and stuff like that. And that's the part he needs to work on. And that's why he won't. I don't know if you can do that because he hasn't got the natural instincts of movement.
Bring up Joel's comment. Instinct. I mean, there's instinct and there's also experience. Jackson will learn this with experience.
Yeah. That's why I'm not super critical of him. Like, yes, Jackson is frustrating, which is why, Curry, you're right. I've nicknamed him Touchy Jackson for a reason, because of the amount of touches he takes in the box and all that stupid stuff he does. The extra
name than Touchy Jackson.
it stuck. It ended up sticking, but regardless, he took too many touches in the box for a while, but he improved on that. And this is what I want to see from Jackson. I want to see improvement from last season. Am I going to get frustrated by him? Yes, I am, because I want him to score those chances he gets. And just like I want any striker to score the chances he gets. But at the end of the day, I have to kind of come to the realization that, okay, he's not the finished product. He's not the end product yet. He's working to become that end product. As long as I see improvement from Jackson, then I should be, for the most part, content with what the improvement I'm seeing. Am I satisfied? No, because I'd be satisfied if there was a striker in there that could create more chances and finish more chances. Just like what, Surfer was alluding to. But at the end of the day, we don't have that striker. So in this system and the way we're playing right now, I think it shouldn't be all on Jackson. We also, especially in this game, we also have to look at the other portions of the pitch and the attack that should have probably had more goals too. And if those goals were put away, if Nani puts away his chances, right? If Nkunku does better or João Felix does better in the box, maybe we're having a different discussion and no one's talking about Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Speaking of Jackson, by the way, I did want to pull up manager's comments, right? Enzo Maresca and Nico Jackson's contract. Guys, he's getting a new contract. So that's another thing too. The board see improvement in him, and the board see that he's I think overachieved, especially in his second professional season, last season. The only thing I know is he's signing a new contract. I don't know how many years. I'm very happy with Nicholas Jackson, I'm very happy Nicholas is doing a fantastic job with us. He scored again. He had more chances, but we're happy with him. Enzo Maresca on failure to sign a number 9. I had faith, and the club also, even before in Jackson. We trust Nicholas. When the transfer window was open, I said he was doing fantastic with us. And then lastly, with the failure to sign a striker again, we want players, but we wanted a player that we decide it has to be on our conditions. If a player is not here, then it was not. We will see in January. So, listen, we have who we have, and we're just going to have to find a way to make it work. And we kind of made it work last season. He got us 15 goals in the Prem, or 14. I don't remember, one of the others. Okay. Which, again, like, that's more than what we got from Timo. That's more than what we got from Havertz. That's more than what we got from Romelu Lukaku.
More than what we got from Tammy.
Yeah. Is it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tammy's pretty close to it, though.
But now, ultimately, for Jackson, it's like, he did that without any expectation. Now there's expectation for you to improve on that.
I think there's expectation because of the players we bought around him.
Yeah. What'd you say?
There's more expectations because of what the players around him can create. Or
I know, but like, regardless, it's expectation. So, yeah, I believe he can live up to it, by the way. But like, and also, people seem to forget he scored today.
I didn't forget. That's why, like, I even tweeted it out. Jackson did his job today. You have to look at the rest of the missed chances as well with the rest of the team. They didn't do their part.
That's right. And that's understandable. We just isolate the chances, though.
Yeah.
It's a point of that. Both sides of, Prime's going, we need to create more chances for the striker. He needs to get in better positions as well.
If you look at Haaland, like his movement speed and everything like that, he does create a lot of chances for himself that way. Even Darwin Núñez, because his movement speed and stuff like that.
Maybe you don't have to mention. You have to mention Haaland. You can mention someone like Mateta, or something like that. It's just always in better positions because he's the central striker, so he knows he's going to be there. Do you know what I mean? It's just the point of that he needs to be in a better positions.
Yeah, but you're also comparing people who are natural strikers to someone who isn't a natural striker.
And the more experience as well.
He's got him and Maresca have got to work together then to try and get as much of that out and tell him he must follow instructions that you don't need to keep drifting out wide. You know, you don't need to keep dropping that deep. You know, just you are the main focal point up front, especially like close games or games where we're not having all total control of the ball or something like that. It needs to be an outlet.
I agree, but we also need to create clear-cut chances for him as well. We need to do both.
Yeah, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's not about clear-cut chances. It's about making a chance out of nothing. Do you know what I mean? It's about starting off something that works out in a chance. You know, sometimes we're not going to be able to do that even with our
or not setting offside or stuff like that.
You know, it's this.
What are you gonna say, Prime?
True, but again, we're talking about a guy who is not a natural striker. I'm just telling you things that will actually help him. Because as of right now, we don't have someone who is a finished article. We have someone who is trying to learn a position that's not his naturally. I'm telling you things that's going to help him, giving him more service so he can get more goals, so he can be more confident, so he can continue to grow and improve as a striker will help him.
So one thing we didn't get to talk about is something that happened in the match today that I think is going to potentially affect us negatively going forward, depending on Reece James' scenario. But we have here Enzo Maresca saying, Malo Gusto has suffered a muscle injury. We hope he feels better soon. Oh, you saw this, Chris?
I just...
Why?
Supposedly.
Why does every Chelsea player I love get injured? Reece James, Malo Gusto.
It just shows your love is poisonous. That's what it is, man. Do you know what I mean?
Your love is toxic.
Cuckoo love. I hate that.
Just say, don't say love. Just say admire them from now on. That's all. Your love is too intense, bro. You can't handle.
Reece is fit. Well, he is basically ready to go. Basically, I don't know about starting him though because he has been gone for like 4 weeks. Not playing, so I don't think he starts. It's either you play Caicedo in that right back and he can invert to the midfielder like he did in like where we subbed on.
No. Worst comes to shove, you shift. No. Worst comes to shove, you shift Cucurella to the right and just play Vega at left.
Oh yeah. My bad.
That is true. Yeah, that's a good point.
Or play the Sassy at right.
Oh no.
Nah, I don't like it.
I'd rather play Achimpong at right back if that's the case.
I think
Wait, the way you play like that.
Achimpong high, we're here, man.
Step up on your next in line.
I hear the Vega left back and Cucurella can play on the right side as well. We've seen it last season, so
yeah. I mean, we're only talking about the Bournemouth game. We don't know. It's 2 weeks, so we don't know recovery.
Yeah, is Bournemouth our next Premier League match?
Yeah.
Yes, away on Saturday. I think it's a late kick, really late.
Yeah, 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Wait, on Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah, I think so because it's 3 o'clock my time.
No, it's at 8 p.m. for me. And
I said my time, 3
yeah,
o'clock. My time.
Yeah,
we don't live in the same region, man.
I know.
Month to put his body clock on a UK time. It'd be like,
Marshall, check your basement.
Everyone should be set to the UK time.
Check my basement,
Chris is bro. Yeah, Chris is in your basement. Check it.
I'd be very frustrated right now, considering I am in my basement.
Let me out.
Let me out, he said. But yeah, I mean, this is a blow for us, but fortunately for us, we are going into our international break. So we got 2 weeks for him to recover. Hopefully it wasn't anything too bad because he did drop on the floor. He looked like he pulled a muscle on his hamstring or, the upper hamstring area. And hopefully it's nothing that's going to take us too long, because the one thing I'm worried about is Malo has done a really good job of doing that inverting role, which I am not going to lie to you. I have not been convinced from what I saw in preseason with Reece James. But mind you, it was preseason. Maybe he's worked on it in training because he wasn't necessarily... He was out for a little bit. He came right back into training not too long afterwards. So maybe in training he's patented down, Reece James. But are you guys concerned with that inversion with Reece James at all? Or you're just going to take it as it comes?
It's not a worry because what Maresca will do is Reece will invert into the back three and Cucurella will revert in midfield. and preseason as well, by the way.
Wait, where he just kept, you only had a Cucurella invert? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Remember the first game when it was Reese in the middle and that stunk? And then the following games that happened, it was Reese. Yeah, the following games, it was Reese in that back three. And then I think Gusto, because Cucurella wasn't back yet, and we hadn't bought Vega. It was Gusto as the inverted left back.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what he will do. He will play, when Reese is on the field, Reese will be in the back three, and Cucurella or Vega or Gusto will be in the midfield. And I think that suits us much better, by the way, as well. I'd rather have Cucurella in midfield than as part of the back three.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, part of the reason I'm worried is also because of this next part right here, the defense. So, Enzo Maresca on the defense. First of all, I am always concerned. It doesn't matter whether it's clean sheet or not. We conceded a goal, but we didn't concede any more chances. Yeah. Maresca. It's coming from Maresca. For those of you saying that, Palace controlled us and had us, we folded. Chelsea are very pleased with Levi Colwell's start to the season. They turned down an approach from a big club earlier in the summer, and we were alluding to this earlier in the stream today. I think the partnership of Fofana and Colwell are starting to really, really pattern up. Fofana is starting to get sharper in the matches, and Colwell is starting to also get sharper in the matches. And he's starting to, time his tackles well, and he's starting to get those passes that I've been wanting to see from him off. Today, not so much, but in previous game against Wolves, we saw the pinging of the ball, the long balls, and all that stuff. Today, good time tackles, really, on top of it defensively. Prime, Chris, because I know Surfer seems all right with it. Do you guys feel like this is the partnership going forward and we should be all right with the center backs, or do you still feel that we probably should have gone for a center back in the window?
I would have liked, obviously, adding another centre back, because and by the way, I'm not really going to say throw Colwell or even Fofana out, because I think they're our two best centre backs. And like I said, I'm really growing. I said earlier, it's growing on me, the partnership of Colwell and Fofana. Fofana's looking better more physically. Yeah. Physically, Fofana's looking better, pace-wise. Better defensively, he looked better. Colwell as well, he's looking really good the last two games, I will say. The Wolves game, he was really good. I thought this game, he did nothing wrong. He's blocking shots, he's showing them out. They didn't get past the centre backs today. They didn't get past him one bit. So there was no complaints from me with these centre backs. And I say just let them see what they do this season, honestly, because we're not going to get any centre backs, are we? So,
no.
Yeah. I actually think they will work out. I really do for some reason. I just feel it with it. Long as Fofana doesn't get the injuries and stuff, you can keep that down. Yeah, it could be a good partnership. It takes time sometimes, not instant.
Curry, I know Anselmino looks really good at Boca, but I don't know if I want to throw an 18-year-old into the fire of the Premier League in January.
Yeah, I don't either.
I think it's going to take time. Even if we, I hope we don't need to resort to that. But I wouldn't feel comfortable throwing him into that.
We've not had a consistent centre-back partnership for over 2 years.
Thank you. I was going to say that.
Okay? These guys, many people are ready to abandon this partnership when they only had 2 games together in the Premier League. And arguably, Colwell has played well the last 2 games overall, and Fofana's had a good game and a half. Yeah. But you build up consistencies in a back four with partnership. You know what I mean? Even with the fullbacks and stuff like that. So I just want to see how it goes. Obviously, they're going to be tested further down the line. There's going to be mistakes happen. We will concede goals. That's what we are. I'm just saying, the rotation would be given to Sassy and Tosin and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's the rotation. Yeah. Move forward as partnership. It's a nice balance, like you said. Very young, very pacey. Good passing from both of them. So it needs to happen. It's funny. Playing Colwell in his natural position instead of a left back last season. Funny that.
Crazy how it works.
A left-sided centre back wouldn't actually help him out.
Maresca, I can't.
That's the thing. I think playing Colwell all season last season left back just wouldn't help him like grow.
You mean just destroyed his confidence?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh yeah, 100%.
With Fofana, he's been injured for like the last 2 years. It's gonna take time, not instant. Like think, oh, they're gonna be amazing when they first start.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
I mean, they're still meh. But anyways, I think like
they're not meh.
No, okay. Anyways, I think like Surfer is right. Ultimately, Maresca did what I've been asking a Chelsea manager to do for years now: pick a partnership. Even if all our centre backs are not that good or whatever, like pick one and then stick, or pick two, pick a partnership and stick with them for a few months and then see what happens. So I guess Fofana and Colwell are the partnership, so let's see what happens with them. Or we're in September. Let's see what happens by November, December, and see what happens. See where things lie there.
Not trying to manifest this, right? But I'm gonna ask you guys: if either of those center backs fall into an injury or something, who is the next in line to back them up, in your opinions?
Well, I went to say Chalobah then.
I think it depends. Chalobah's asked. I think it depends on which side. So Fofana, let's assume he's actually out. I think the next guy that falls in is Tosin. And then Reece is fit, let's assume. And the back three will be Reece, Tosin, and Golo.
I think Badish is just, as much as I like him and stuff like that, he did well. I just don't know what's happened to the guy. He's just simply
he fell off a cliff.
Shadows. I mean, he didn't just fall off a cliff. It's like he fell off a cliff and the ground was made of ice cream and he's just falling through still. You know what I mean? To the center of the earth. It's just. I don't know what happened. Honestly, very promising.
I didn't expect ice cream. I thought he was going to say hit every branch on the way down, something, and then ice cream came out of fucking left field.
I don't know what's happened. I honestly don't know what happened to him.
He didn't fall off a cliff. He is the cliff.
Cliff stands out and solid. No one even say that. He's like I don't know. It's just I honestly don't know what happened. It's like he's got the confidence of smashed crisps. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. Like, he's built like a big shit. What's the old saying? He's built like Tarzan, but he fights like Jane. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I've never heard that saying.
I never heard anyone say it.
That's like one of those boxers or UFC fighters. It's a big shit. And someone just a smaller guy just knocks him out of nowhere, and then he's just done. His career's over.
He's got as much confidence as sheep do when they see Chris. It's crazy.
Oh Jesus Christ! This guy has a mouse. That's what I was saying.
That, Chris?
I ain't denying it no more.
Oh my days. The body of Chile thing is like he's the. I think right now he's the lowest on the pecking order because I agree. The Disasi looks resigned, but I give the Disasi some slack because he missed preseason because of the hernia. He's coming back from injury. He's recovering. He's getting match sharpness again. So with him, I'm willing to be a little bit more patient to see what he looks like at his best. Against Servette, he played the right back, inverted right back role, sort of inverted right back role, which wasn't. We know he's not a right back, and he even knows he's not a right back. I think he's just doing it because he's being asked to do it.
I think Disasi can play in the right of the three.
So you were saying if Colwell were to get injured, you would bring in Tosin, right? But what about if Fofana gets injured?
No, that's what I said. If Fofana looks like he's injured, right? So assuming he's still out after the international break, the back.
He wasn't injured. He just withdrew. He just withdrew from the squad.
No, I know, but like I'm assuming it's an injury.
No. He said he just withdrew. He wanted to concentrate on.
Surfer, I said I'm assuming it's an injury for this sake, this hypothetical.
For the sake of the hypothetical. There you go. Fair enough. Okay. So
Anyways,
okay,
assuming he's injured, I think the back three will be Reese, Toslin in the middle, and then Colwell on the left of the three, and then Kukurea invert the midfield. I think if it's Colwell that's out injured, then I think Buddy Show steps in, even though I would rather it be Vega. But I think Buddy Show was just in terms of the hierarchy of what it is. I think Buddy Show would step in.
I think Vega would step in. What do you mean in terms of the hierarchy?
I forgot about Vega.
As a center back, I'd try it.
No,
I mean,
the hierarchy of the defenders. The hierarchy of the defenders. I don't know if Maresca would, if Cole got injured right now, I don't know if Maresca would just throw Vega in like that.
Really? Because it seems like he trusts Vega pretty well.
I believe he's ready. I believe Vega's ready, but I don't know if Maresca will just go.
Yeah, I guess.
He has been playing him a lot, though.
I think he only played Maresca because he was just using the numbers up.
Well, that's what I think. I think he's committed to having the B squad, right? And I keep saying this. And I don't know when people are gonna believe it or if I'm gonna get proven wrong. I really think he's gonna dig his heels in with this Conference League squad to really give them confidence and really show that he trusts these players rather than just dropping them and just, you know, having those players' morales drop.
I think he plays them up until if we get to the final, he plays them up and then totally switches them out for the final.
But that's how Chelsea used to do it. Chelsea used to do that with the Carling Cup and all that.
I think what happens is, you're right, it will start off with a certain squad and then progression
as we
to
get further and further,
you slightly you'll bring in more of like what's deemed as the first. Gets to the semi-final where it's like only a few players that started the competition are in that team, like the goalkeeper, for instance, and stuff like that. And then it's like, and then you bring the big dogs to finish off. It's like the League Cup. I think
that's where you play that. Exactly, and that's what Chelsea used to do all the time. Like I remember watching the Carling Cup and be like, where the fuck is Drogba? Why am I seeing Kalou miss these chances and all this stuff? Like,
but he used to play.
It made sense.
Peter Cech sometimes didn't play until like the semi-final of the FA Cup.
We would see Hilario, Paulo Ferreira,
all the clean sheets.
Alex would play all the time. Like we had like a B team that we would see play. So it's just, I think that's the idea, and I think it's smart. It's a good approach. I mean, it's a low risk approach because you would expect this team to be enough quality to be able to actually put away these sides.
Yeah, it should be enough to. It should be enough to get through. I think the thing Maresca's going to probably struggle with is making the guys realise that you're not above this. Because I felt like they went into the vet games going,
"Thank you, I agree."
Who the hell is the vet? Do you know what I mean? It's like that. Why are we playing them? I can't be bothered. Do you know what I mean?
That's what it felt like, for sure.
It felt like, even though, like, again, we missed big chances in the second leg before they scored the equaliser. It's like. My mindset would be, with especially like the away games, it'd be like, take the chances, the opposition drop their heads and we can get the fuck out of here as quickly as possible. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, like away to like Panathinaikos and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's our next match, right? Our next Conference League match is against the Greek side, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. Panathinaikos?
I don't know. It's Shamrock Rovers, Panathinaikos. Shamrock Rovers.
Big up
Getting battered,
man.
There's a team in Kazakhstan or something. Team in Kazakhstan. We got to go. You know.
PYS had it here in a minute. Go ahead.
Your little dusty Chelsea team is getting battered. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
For the Shamrock Rovers. That'd be symbolic.
I don't even know Shamrock is the real place. The team.
So I wanted to get you guys' opinions on.
Hey, we got something for you.
Ken Shamrock Rovers.
I wanted to get you guys' opinion on something Maresca said after the match as well. That, let me also read it too. Enzo Maresca, probably one thing that has to be clear: Chelsea 3 years ago won the Champions League, but now it is not the kind of Chelsea. It's not that kind of Chelsea. So now sometimes if you don't win, it is normal. Now, at first I read this like we're trying to normalize the fact that we're not going to win every match. But then someone said a different perspective that as a result of it not being Chelsea of 3 years ago, it's starting to become normalized that we don't win.
No, that's not what you meant. You meant it's basically that side that won the Champions League was a team that we're used to winning. We're used to winning more games. Used to be higher up in the league. This is a totally new team, which is going to take some time to click before. And these results, more of these results will happen than it didn't happen under the team that won the Champions League, which is fine to say. I have no problem. So it's not saying, oh yeah, this is it. We're going to have to accept this. No, Maresca's not accepted. You can be. Why would anyone think the way Maresca's conducted himself the first month of the season? Why the hell do you think he would accept this draw? Why the hell do you think this draw is acceptable? No, it's just an easy thing to chip away because you're too stupid to read between the lines. That's what
basically what he said is
Poch would have all the excuses out. You know.
Basically, what he said is, don't put Champions League winners' expectations on a team that's nowhere near that. So it's normal.
We're trying to get into the Champions League
games. If you're trying to build, if you're trying to build towards winning the Champions League or winning league titles, it's going to be normal along the way that you sometimes don't win games. It's going to be normal. Like I'm not saying it should be accepted. But like in order to build to that level, it's going to take some time. That we have to be okay with that. We have to be okay going through the growing pains. That's basically what he's saying. He's setting Chelsea up. He's setting Chelsea up for the of what is to come. That you're going to have difficult games like this. You're going to have games where we don't win. You're going to have certain games where we lose. But it's because we're building towards something. There's nothing wrong with what he said. There's nothing wrong with what he said.
Chris, what do you think, man? Chris might not even be there. Never mind. Did you just?
I didn't think that. That was Chris's microphone.
Is Chris just bar like a sheep?
No, that wasn't Chris. So
that was his date.
Chris, what do you think of this quote? I don't know if you were here when I fucking... Yeah, okay. I wonder why, Chris. Wonder why. Probably.
I mean, that kind of looks bad, but I don't think it's anything like thinking like, oh, we like want to lose games and stuff like that. No, it's
yeah.
It is a different team. Like Tuchel, he's obviously more experienced. The team we had more experienced players like Jorginho, Kovacic, Mason Mount was actually really good that year. I still said Reece James was not injured that season. Chilwell was good then. We had a solid backline with Thiago Silva, Rudiger, experience. We had AC then. You know, he's more experienced. There was a lot more. It's a lot different of a team until now. This team's nowhere near as experienced like that overall.
Yeah, I think the part that's getting people is this. It's if you don't win, it's normal. I would like to hear the actual press conference. To
probably something else he actually.
Yeah. Exactly, exactly. It could be.
I need to know what was the question.
Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing too, because people did that with Poch a lot, but I mean, a lot of what Poch said was also waffle.
I don't think we need to, because, like he said. Now it's not that kind of Chelsea. So now sometimes if you don't win, it's normal. Like there's sometimes if you don't win, it's normal. What's wrong with saying that? Because we're not a Champions League final team.
We're not even a Champions League team.
We're not good yet. So along the way, building towards that, it's going to be normal if you don't win some games. It's going to be normal to grow and build. Like again, I think. People are either purposely being obtuse or they're idiots. Like, there's nothing wrong with what he said.
So here's the thing: there'll be people even in this chat that will go that said, "This team's not good enough." Or think the manager's not good enough, or something like that. But then we'll be upset by this statement. Make that make sense. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's like, well, hang on a minute. You don't rate the coach and the team, then why would you be upset by what he said?
What I'm saying.
And I think you're reading. That's what I'm saying. Even with that statement, there's no middle ground. DHL's been like saying it's a disgusting statement. I don't know. You know, it's not a disgusting statement. If you actually read it and understand where he's coming from. Like, if you think it's normal, it's like the way we played today. It's going to be we're going to drop points because we're not clinical enough. That's what I mean. It's going to happen.
So, I managed to find that schedule. So this is the Conference League journey. October 3rd, we're playing Ghent. 24th, wow, that's weeks away. We're playing Panathinaikos. Well, we got a big group, huh?
We're playing 6 or 8 games.
6 games, it looks like.
Oh, I thought we were playing 8 games.
Oh, that's not bad, is it?
Or 7.
So we played each game once, and that's it?
No, we're only playing each opponent once.
These are Mudrick games. Starman these games.
Yeah, I would hope so. I would hope he turns up.
Just we got a big squad that actually rotate for these games anyway. We shouldn't be using too many main players. Yeah, we're gonna need a couple like to help out.
In Kazakhstan. There's a team in Kazakhstan. Which team's in Kazakhstan?
Either this or this one. I don't know.
No, or
I don't know these teams, sir.
In Kazakhstan.
I have no idea, man. That's the worst part. Like, I can't even tell you if I knew. Astana. What's Astana? That's a beautiful. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Wow, what a beautiful city. Holy crap.
Kazakhstan in December. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, Astana. Wow.
Let me just say,
no, this place looks great.
Hey, December 19th, Chelsea fans, you better pray that we've qualified out of our group because you're not winning. That's all I'm saying. You're not winning.
Yeah, sure.
Oh my god.
Player under 21s and still beat Shamrock. It's fine.
You're not winning. Hey, Andrew, you want to put some money on it, man?
Yeah. Okay. How much?
Hey, I'm not a betting man, Andrew. You know this.
Oh my!
No, that's it.
This guy.
He'll
stand on business, bro.
Oh, that's the biggest fold. That's folding.
Prime didn't expect me to say yes. That's why he said
Andrew, stay out of my business, man.
You brought up the bet, not me.
It's hilarious. So
I'm glad
another.
I'm glad you put your money. It's all good.
I feel like one thing, and before we continue on, ladies and gents, we're almost at 75 likes. If you're still here, you're still watching, you're still tuning in, you have us in the background, whatever, please be sure to smash up those likes. Helps us out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. We're getting really close to 3K subscribers, so if you want to help out with that goal, also subscribe if you're new here. We're only 5 away. We're only 5 away, ladies and gents. So, come on. There has to be 5 of you who have not subscribed that would love to just be a part of the Casually family.
On the 3K. You know what I mean?
Once we hit 3K, we got a big surprise for you guys, multiple, and then it's on our way to 5K. That's the next milestone.
From tonight, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Hey, once we hit 3K, Chris will start getting paid. So let's go.
Exactly. 10K to Chris face reveal. So, what I wanted to ask you guys, I feel like no one's really talking about this, is what are our thoughts on Pedro Neto's performance today? It was his first start for Chelsea, and I don't think it was. I think he looked good at some points, but he didn't really do much. He was very absent after like the first 10 to 15 minutes, and then got hooked. In the second half.
No, he got hooked during the second half, didn't he? So
yeah, during the second half.
No, he didn't get hooked for Madrid. He got hooked for Felix. That was it. I think the first half was more industrious and stuff like that. Yeah, and then second half he sort of got. There wasn't much doing after they scored, but we are managing these minutes. You know what I mean? So it's one of those. He'll have better games.
Do you give him more time? Do you give him another game to see how he meshes with the team?
Of course you do. He's a quality player. Of course you give him. We already saw how he meshed when he came on against Wolves. Saw he meshes with the team. Yeah, I know he's meshed with the team. You know,
well, Marshall, we have to give him more. We have to give him more time because we can't strip him of a squad number and buy another player.
Well, yeah, no, obviously I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like for me personally, I was thinking let's give him another game, and if he doesn't have an impact in that game, I would say I wouldn't mind putting in Kunku in that left wing, because although
no, we got to get away from this. You cannot put Nkunku on the wing. He's
I just felt like he was more effective. I don't want Nkunku there, but I feel like he was more effective than Neto today.
No,
but he was in the middle. He was
So much from Nkunku's game on the wing. He's had great.
We have Palmer in the middle. Yeah.
No. Palmer was like in the 6th.
I prefer Palmer on the right. You can put him on the right. In games like that, I think in games today, Palmer's better going off the right.
He's best
in games
on the
like
right.
that today.
He
There's not enough. There's not a lot of space sometimes. He's better off working like that. And that's why I was saying when Nkunku came on, should have made 2 subs. He should have brought Vega on to be in the midfield.
Yeah.
And then take whoever was in take Maresca off, put Palmer on the right and then Nkunku in the middle. But he should have brought him on earlier, like about 70th minute or something like that. Give Nkunku time for the rest of the game and see what he can do. And Nkunku on the left or the right, it's just such a he
said himself he
doesn't like it. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like it. He's less effective. I mean, look at I know it's against City and stuff like that, but we didn't. I just
he didn't get bold enough. He couldn't get bold enough in the game.
I think he might be fine against the likes of Southampton, Ipswich,
and
all like the bottom 6 and stuff like that. But Palace are a good unit. Do you know what I mean? Still a good unit. Even better than today. It's still a good unit in terms of that. I just think.
Yeah, I feel like he's all right at left wing, but I get where you guys are coming from. I prefer him centrally as well, but the problem is with we got Palmer centrally, you got João Felix at.
Palmer's not naturally central though, is
he?
No, he's more right. He's always like last season.
Right.
I think he prefers to drift from the right inwards.
Exactly.
I think he likes to do that because he's then not picked up a lot and stuff like that. Because centrally, if he stays central, sometimes he's picked up a bit more and stuff like that. He sort of fades a bit, not against Wolves obviously, but or even like the first half against Palace, but the second half definitely he sort of like drifted out of the game and he wasn't as influential as he has been. Do you know what I mean? So first half he was good. But yeah, that's the point as well. It's like then we got to get Jadon Sancho somehow's got to try and.
He's definitely got to compete, isn't he?
I just think Maresca. I just think he took too long. Maresca stunk that second half. Absolute trash. He was in the second half. He was rubbish. As good as he was against Wolves. That second half today, that was just the opposite, complete opposite from the second half at Wolves. He's complete trash today. His first half he was fine, but he should have scored. But it's just one of those things. Played as a 9. No, he did at some point, but he was sort of like a floating player. He was allowed to just.
You need another striker with him there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They played like more like was it Poulsen up there and stuff like that. And the
Yusuf Poulsen.
Who was the Portuguese striker? I can't remember his name. He used to play up there a bit as well. Even Werner to a certain extent. So it's just that. It's just trying to fit them in essentially. I thought he should have been given more time today. So even if you're going to play him on the right wing, even more time, like the 5 minutes, and then 5 minutes after 10 minutes.
I don't like that he. I don't like that he's starting in these Conference League matches, and he's given full 90s. Like I would like to use him more in the Premier League, where I think we could use someone of his stature in the Premier League. He was given a full 90 minutes against Servette, and I'm like, why? I feel like we should be good enough for him to not have to play this much.
Maybe
because now that makes him unavailable for the game. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe it's because the guy's not a starter, like I've been saying.
We don't know that yet. It's only
I don't know. I felt like when he came on, he looked up for it. He looked effective. Like he looked better than João, in my opinion. And that's not me having an agenda.
He stunk when he came on. I'm sorry. He didn't look.
No, he didn't.
He changed the game when he.
Once he came on, we started creating more chances.
Exactly, and he created 2 chances.
To be fair, he was out on the right. He was out on the right wing. He shouldn't be on the wing. He should be in.
Yeah, he didn't.
Still, I don't think he looked that good when he came on. I'll be wrong.
He looked.
I think
he was more effective than when we brought in João Felix. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, but I also said all of our forwards stunk by Jackson today. So, but I think if we had Sancho on the bench, then he would have came on for Madueke much earlier. By the way, Madueke should not have been on that field for as long as he was. But again, we'll see. I think as of right now, Nkuku's just part of the second team, and
I just think
he has to wait.
I just think in games like this, that's a good compact team. Let's not get that wrong, right? Even though I think we outplayed them today. I just think in that type of arrangement, I think you, like I say, you put Palmer on the right in that type of game because I think he's more effective than that in the middle. Then you sort of look, he creates more space for whoever's in the 10, whether it's a Felix or an Nkuku or something like that. You create more space that way because everyone's like, Palmer's the main guy, we've got to do something, stuff like that. I just thought you could have done that. Like I said, Nkuku didn't have enough time to make an impact.
That's spot on by Steve, by the way. Our wingers are supposed to be dynamic and beat their man, which Nkuku is not. And Nkuku is not better in the 10 than Palmer. So, hey, he's going to be a
I have to see the season.
First of all, that
really chance yet.
It's not. First of all, I'd like to see him be given more of a chance out of 10.
Yeah,
that statement's just nonsensical. And
wait, what statement is nonsensical?
Palmer's better at the 10 than Nkuku. That's just not based on any fact.
From what we've seen at Chelsea.
When have you seen?
We've barely seen anything.
Hang on. When have you seen Nkuku given a chance at the 10?
Because Palmer's better than him?
No, that wasn't my question. Listen, when have you seen Nkuku been given a chance at the 10?
We haven't seen much because Palmer's better than him.
That's not the question. Once again, listen to what you like to say. Listen to what I'm saying. Yeah. Listen to what I'm saying.
I heard what you said.
When have you seen Nkuku given a chance? No, you didn't. You did not answer the question whatsoever. You gave an opinion.
It's not an opinion. It's not an opinion.
No, your opinion is not an answer. You just gave an opinion. Like I said, it's a very simple question. Has Nkuku been given a chance at Chelsea at the 10?
He hasn't been given much of a chance because Palmer is better than him.
That I would accept that more than just saying Palmer's better than him.
That's what I said. That.
No, you didn't. You just blatantly said that Palmer's better than him.
You asked me the second time, and I said he hasn't been given much of a chance because Palmer's better than him.
You didn't. You said twice. Palmer's better.
Second time. I said that the second time. You didn't listen. Second time. No, I said that the second time.
Can I say, Prime? Is Enzo a better 10? Is Enzo a better 10 than Nkuku? Because he played a 10 where Nkuku had to play on the left.
Oh, fucking hell.
You mean that left? You mean that left?
Yeah,
he's just not had the chance.
Everyone's talking. Everyone's talking. I'm trying to answer Chris. Everyone's talking. Chris, you mean that left-sided 8/10 role?
It's not a central position, though, is it?
Yeah, that's fair.
What is the question? Hold on, Chris. What's the question you asked?
Enzo had to play in the 10 in the middle, and Nkuku had to play more on the left, and Palmer played on the right. Like he didn't get a chance in that game either.
No,
he's not really given a chance. We can't really say anything about Nkuku.
You asked about Enzo playing in the 10, the left 8/10 role, right?
No, Enzo played in the middle that against Man City.
I think we're going off on a tangent. We'll just say Nkuku has not had much.
It's not a tangent. I'm trying to answer the question. Stop it, sir. You asked about Enzo playing that left 8/10 role, right? Chris,
played left wing basically.
Who played left wing?
Nkuku basically that day, but
what? You talking about Man City?
Yes, like we're saying, like how much he ain't really played on the central. He hasn't played there.
Yes, because he's not better than Palmer.
We don't.
But based on your logic, then you're saying Enzo's a better 10 than
yes,
Nkuku.
and that's the question I'm trying to answer. But Chris keeps trying to ask something else. The reason that's what I was trying to answer. I don't think Enzo should be playing that far up to begin with, anyways. But the reason why he is because the way Maresca plays, there's one attack-minded player, and there's one like I don't know what the wording is, but more like midfield balance type of player. He's not going to play both Palmer and Nkuku there. That's way too attack-minded. He's going to have some sort of a balance in there. That's why in the Conference League, you've seen him play Nkuku and Drewsbury Hall. So an attacking player in Cuckoo and a midfield type player in Drewsbury Hall. You've seen Palmer and Enzo play in the Prem, an attacking player in Palmer and a midfield type player in Enzo.
So
Balance. He's not going to play Palmer and Cuckoo. That's just way too attack minded.
Did I see? Oh, I did. I see Tyre in the chat. So he's either he's escaped from prison or rehab. So I haven't seen Tyre for a few months. So nonsense.
Speaking of Tayo, you're not going to see Tayo again for at least another 5 minutes. So,
no, boo, boo. Not 5 minutes. You could have done like 2 or something.
Thank you. But yeah,
so
again, I just like your opinion of again, and you can say it's my opinion that Palmer's better than Cuckoo, but the manager clearly thinks so.
Yeah, that's fine, and I'm not doubting that the managers currently think that. All I'm saying is that I would like to have seen, especially what I'd like to have seen today. I keep saying is that when he made that sub, I think it was better to move Palmer, or to make the 2 subs. Sorry, is to move Palmer to the right, giving Cuckoo a middle, and like bring Vega on even, and you don't have to drop Palmer deep into the midfield. That's what I thought.
Plus,
I think
within
Palmer
Cuckoo,
will also. I think Palmer will stink out wide in this system.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
We'll see.
Let's see it. Try.
I think there's a lot more experimentation that needs to be done with Maresca's system. I think there's still a lot of players that he needs to see where their best fit is going to be. He has yet to play with Jadon Sancho and see where he's going to fit into the system, where he's most effective. He's finally bringing back Nani into the right wing, and in today's game didn't turn out to be as effective as he thought it would be. Like, I think there's still a little bit of experimentation from Maresca on this half, and within Nkunku, it's this. We've yet to see the best of him. So I think there will come games where Nkunku is going to be used in the 10. We will have injuries, and when that happens, I do want to see. I need to get this off. We do need to see how it works. I think there's still experimentation.
Do you want to see?
Read it.
No, but why did you bring up
Nkunku?
Oh,
it's
okay.
Nkunku.
Yeah, well,
what he said is best of him.
Oh yeah, I think people, Chris bringing up Nkunku playing left wing and he's not good there. I mean, again, Palmer's also not good playing out in this Maresca system. Palmer can't play out on the wing because he's not the type of winger.
Seen that though? We haven't seen that.
No, but we know what Palmer is like as a winger. His profile doesn't suit a Maresca type winger.
I don't know that because I need to see it myself because we saw it against Man City and it's Man City.
Yes, but again, but Maresca, but we know what Palmer is like as a winger though. We've seen him last season, and Maresca has come out and said Palmer will be a central player for me.
That's fine, but I'm just saying in some games that might not. It's fun to have a philosophy and stuff like that, and stuff like that. But some games it may call for that because you're going
like
up
the Man City game,
or even today.
Not even the Man, like the Man City game.
We saw he faded in the second half. Did Palmer?
He dropped him to the 6, and even in the Man City game, he played him wide, and he drifted inside. And now we're seeing him play 2 games in the 10. In the Servette game, I don't think he even played in the 10. I think he played wide. It's just kind of. I think it's kind of he's gonna test it out and see what works and what is best suited for the situation at hand. Because even Netto today, there were moments where we know Netto as a wide winger, but there was moments where Netto was drifting inside, which goes against what Maresca wants.
Again, I'm just going based off what he has said and what he has shown to do. Palmer's just not, as a winger, he's not a Maresca style winger. It doesn't make sense for him to be our starting right winger.
But then would you then say...
If only, DHO, if only.
But the thing is, though, I think what goes against that...
Let me finish. Just like it doesn't make sense for Nkunku to be our starting left winger either. I'm just talking consistently. Maybe in one-off games, maybe you could do it, but consistently, it doesn't make sense for them to be our starting wingers too.
Would you then say that what also didn't then make sense is that you brought on Felix to play on the left. Do you know what I mean? Because he didn't stay there.
That also doesn't. He also probably shouldn't have.
That's a bit confused. Because you had to bring Mudryk on like minutes later.
Yes,
so it's like,
but we didn't have two wingers on the bench. If Sandro was on the bench, then.
No. But what I'm saying is that we can go on what he says, but then sometimes it's like.
Exactly.
Then you
the
put
actions
on
the pitch.
but he's never going to say
we didn't have the circumstances to do that.
That's
why Madueke stayed on the pitch for as long as he did, because we didn't have another winger to bring on. That's why Nkuku came on to play as a right winger. If we had Sancho on the bench, Nkuku doesn't come on to play as a right winger, does he?
Yeah, I just think it's. I will see. I think it's just one of these things. I still think we're not even talking about this if we take one of those chances. We're not even talking about this.
Yeah, ultimately we're not.
Almost 6 points.
It all boils down to just taking one of those chances. That's all it boils down to. Our review is not. We're not even talking about this. Even if we win 2-1, we're not talking about this whatsoever.
Yeah, I think a large part of it has to be the fact that
all we're talking about is actually we should have won by more. If we get one, that's all we're talking about. That's the most.
Should have won the game.
That would be one of the topics.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier, and we've done it here, and I didn't want to do it. We overanalyze stuff. We don't need to overanalyze.
Yeah,
it's very straightforward.
I think
we move on
because I think a lot of people want to, really dig their heels in about what he said versus what he's doing on the pitch. Because Pochettino said a lot of things. I'm not comparing them, but Pochettino did very different things on the pitch. And I think with a manager like Enzo Maresca, I think what he says is going to speak, or what he does is going to speak more volumes than what he actually says. And I think that's for everyone. We want to see the results on the pitch.
I don't think it's fair to be comparing him with Pochettino. Maybe we need to get Pochettino out of our heads.
I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying, like, we saw managers like Pochettino say one thing in press conference and then do a wholly different thing on the pitch. And this guy is versatile.
I don't think it's fair to be mentioning Pochettino.
I am not comparing Pochettino.
I said mentioning. I don't think it's fair to be.
Tayo, let me just. Your obsession with Enzo Fernandez is not healthy, bro. It's just not healthy. You need to. I mean, if you're focusing still on Enzo, if your biggest issue was Enzo Fernandez today, that just shows me one or two things. You didn't watch the game, or if you did, you watched it through your arse. So it's just one of those things. Just it's not an Enzo Fernandez issue whatsoever.
And overall, like, I think what makes this draw not as annoying as last season is the fact that we saw Enzo Maresca go for it. He put on attackers. He dropped Palmer and he put on more attackers. He tried to go for the win. He tried to go for the victory. Last season, we would have probably tried to protect the result, and that would have frustrated us all.
That's Poch. He goes for. He tries to keep the draw.
Yeah. Exactly. And overall, that game would have been frustrating as hell to watch as well, because the midfield would have looked really untidy, which today I don't think the midfield did look untidy. We maintained possession, but we just weren't able to maybe create as much chances as we should have. We did create more chances than what we normally expected last season, despite it being a low block, because Crystal Palace, that second half especially, did put up a really strong low block, which had us just passing the ball between our center backs over and over again, trying to build up the play. But in the end, I'm not as frustrated with this result because of the way we went about it. We tried, and that's always what I said last season. I don't mind losing to the big teams. I'm not saying Crystal Palace is a big team, but I don't mind the result if it means that we actually played well and it's just unfortunate circumstances. And this is one of those games where it was unfortunate circumstances. Yes, there were a few things that I would have done differently. I would have maybe, in hindsight, obviously saying this now, maybe would have brought in an Nkunku over a João Felix. Maybe I would have done exactly what Surfer said, bring on a Vega, and instead of shifting Caicedo to the right back, keep him there so that Cole Palmer can stay in the attack. So a few little criticisms here and there, but at least this was his approach as to, his way of trying to get a result out of it by still attacking. So any final thoughts, guys, before we go into international break?
Every relegation battle.
You're ridiculous.
Smash the likes. We finished 15th and we're out the obligation for Sancho.
Here we go.
No, what I am is I'm just disappointed the international break is now here.
Yeah, it's annoying.
It's annoying.
Is it friendlies? Because it was friendlies.
Yeah, who cares?
It's Nations League, man.
Okay, it's friendlies.
England.
Hey,
Friendly.
I don't want to hear any excuses, man. When we beat you,
we're in a trash island because they're crap, so it's all good.
Yeah, hey, I don't want to hear any excuses, man. Oh, new manager. I don't want to hear excuses.
Haven't you got a new manager?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't want to hear excuses from you.
Oh, sorry, you went from Ireland. You don't hear any excuses.
No training tax this time, man.
But when we beat you 5-0, you're not going to hear any stuff, right?
Listen, don't go running when we beat you, man.
They got Ferguson.
Show off.
All right, we'll close it out, ladies and gents. We have a raid set up. We're gonna raid Sarcasm City. Been a while since we raided him, so go ahead and show him some love by copying and pasting the raid message. Let him know where you're coming from. You can even say Ineos in if you don't want to say or copy and paste the raid message.
Right, new future.
Ineos in, yeah.
Here's the thing: who won't like put 85 goals, put third place or something like 85 goals, third place. Do that.
Or you can even say Jackson's better than Xerxes.
No.
Xerxes is Jackson.
No. Tell Flawless and Kaneki that they're Ineos.
What?
Ineos.
Ineos. All right, we're calling it. We get it. We get your dad joke. So, smash up the like buttons if you haven't done so already. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Let's see where we're at with the subscribers real quick, just to see. We're really, really close. 5. We're still 5 away. So, if you haven't done so already, subscribe if you're new to the channel. 5 away from the 3K mark that I've been so gloriously been trying to reach. I just been waiting, and I promise you guys it's gonna be worth it. I'm gonna be announcing a lot of things. I'm just waiting for that 3K. Yeah, exactly. You guys don't even know. It's gonna be worse than that.
We're gonna that reverse bungee thing and shoot him up in the air. So we're gonna do like that.
It's already been filmed. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Also, be sure to smash the likes. We've already filmed it.
How many subscribers are you away, sorry?
5 away.
Damn, it's just 5 people.
Chris sub. Chris hasn't been subbed this whole time.
Chris hasn't subbed.
I always dislike and never.
He doesn't want to be part of the system. He wants to be a radical. That's what
we were supposed to subscribe to Casually FC?
There you go. There it is. The truth comes out. Go ahead. Also, check out the links in the description. Be sure to comment below. Let us know your thoughts on today's game. And last but not least, check out the memberships, guys, because memberships are a great way to support the channel. We have 4 different tiers starting at 99p. And one of those tiers is the proper casual tier, which those guys get a shout out at the end of every show. And that's going to be DHL, B-Man, Adam CFC, Gabriel A, Skirmish, EE, Uncle Gesture FC, Hassan Nawaz, Will, Dark, Adrian, A. Soliman, and Scott. Appreciate you guys for your support. And that being said, I think we'll be back on Wednesday for a call-in show, the first Wednesday of the month. So you guys get to call in, have your say, just in time for international break as well. Let us know what you think about the first 3 games of the season and your thoughts and all that fun stuff. And you can really dig into Maresca or really defend Maresca, whatever you feel like doing, whatever your heart desires. Go ahead, copy and paste the rated message over to Sarcasm City and this fucking mouse. Hold on. And last but not least, just for the match going fans, here's something to end the stream on. But as always, stay casual. Peace.